her achievements and her standing in academia, Julia is someone who has always had time for her more junior colleagues, for her students, and for postdocs who have worked with her as well. She's someone who really inverts the usual academic pyramid, I guess you could call it, and really pays attention to those of us who really need her help the most. And we've really appreciated that, Julia. And we thought it would be particularly fitting then to hear from some of Julia's recent students, one of whom is here, Petra, and I think, Petra, you're going to speak on behalf of others as well. Is that right?
Hi, I'm Petra Vailova. It's my absolute pleasure and honor to represent Julia's students here today. I have some notes. So Julia's former students are now dispersed all around the world. I just flew in from the US. Francisca Santana Seguro, she came from Chile, and Amy Jeffrey from York.
The outermost.
But there are many others who couldn't be here today and still send their love. Christoph Snook sends hi from Belgium. Emma Loftus from up on top of a mountain in South Africa. Patrick Roberts is in Australia at the moment, and he sent a picture of a very startled wombat. And he said, "This is probably what Julia felt when I sent her 6 chapters to read at once." So one of the names that came up a lot actually while we were students here was the name Matt Sponheimer. Matt worked with Julia back in Cape Town and is now a professor at the University of Colorado in Boulder. He actually sent a lot of nice words, so I'm going to read his email out. The problem with looking for stories of that sort for Julia is that her life is a constant unfolding of generosity that knows few limits. I arrived in Cape Town as a know-nothing young American, and she took me under her wing and gave me access to a collection that she should have kept for herself. And her generosity manifested in so many domains. I didn't only benefit from her daily scientific mentoring, but was fed and even housed by her and her family when the excrement really hit the fan. Now, as I mentor my own students, I try to emulate her to the extent that it is possible. While my mentoring is no doubt one thing compared to hers, it is something that I constantly aspire to match. In short, I'm a Yank who might not have had much of a career without her generosity of spirit. I certainly would not have accomplished what I have without her. Whether in a lab in Cape Town, singing Shosholoza at Kromdraai while drinking Old Brown Sherry, or flying under the stars of Kruger National Park, she's always a joy to be around and the quintessential mentor with a capital M. But what really defined us as a cohort of Julia students was the fact that we knew that she was always there for us. For me particularly, it was the day of my Viva actually. My Viva was a few days before Easter break, and a lot of people had already left to go on holidays. And when I came out of that room after 3 hours of having my Viva with Rick Sheldon, I was terribly exhausted after 3 hours of speaking about my work. No. I came out of the room, and it was after office hours. The reception had been closed, but Julia was sitting there waiting for me to come out. She had been waiting there for 45 minutes, and her face as I came out was the first thing I saw, and I knew that her students meant so much to her. Thank you so much for all your generosity, for everything you've done for us, for all the memorable moments and memorable advice, and we look forward to sharing more cooperation and friendship in the future.
I just want to say how much of a joy it's been working here at Oxford and having such a... One of the best things about working here is it can be quite a puzzling sort of place, has been the really good cohort of students that I had here. And I think I've made a really good critical mass I can see that all of you are still really good friends. So that's been really wonderful. That was a very, very satisfying experience. So as much as you thought I was being generous, I was really glad to have all of you. So thank you very much. The other thing I wanted to say is that there are 3 parts of my career here. I had a career at the University of Cape Town, and that is very far away. But there's one person who's representing the University of Cape Town here. I'm very proud that he's here. I'm very happy that he's here. That's Shadrach Chirikuri. Then the next part of my career was at the University of Bradford. And I'm absolutely delighted that Carl Heron, who was the person who appointed me, I remember you on that big committee.
It was a big committee.
It was a big committee. I'm really delighted to see you here. Thank you very much for coming. And also the people that I worked with at Bradford. So that's Janet Montgomery. Very happy to see you here. Really pleased. And Julia Beaumont, who was Janet and my supervisor, who's over here. So thank you for coming all the way down, because it really means a lot to me. And then the other connection with Bradford, well, actually there are 2 other connections with Bradford. One is Mark Pollard, who's still here. So when I was appointed to Bradford, I actually moved into Mark's old office. Being cleared out. And on top of that, the last 9 and almost 10 years that I've been here, this has been a wonderfully stimulating environment. I've enjoyed having such challenging, shall I say, colleagues and intellectually the real crowning glory for me, and one of the reasons why I wanted to be here, and this has been really borne out, was that the very excellent students that we had, and the really good critical mass that we managed to build up in bioarchaeology. So, thank you all very much. I really appreciate all of you, every single one of you. Thank you.